Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Steph. I'm so excited to have you here for today's 5 Easter recipes. So all of these recipes are super quick and easy, but I just thought it'd be really fun to throw this out there. I know I'm often looking for recipes right before a holiday like this, and we're getting ready to celebrate Easter. I hope they can be of inspiration. They are not under a specific category as far as, I know a lot of you know that I like to eat fairly healthy. I do splurge, especially on holidays. I mean, you could find worse recipes, you could find better ones than these, but I hope all of you find something that you like. We have 3 savory and 2 sweet. I think I'm gonna start with the savory, and then we'll do the sweet ones at the end. So without further ado, let us get into the first recipe, which is cucumber sandwiches. I know that that's kind of a generic spring recipe. I'm making it fun with a rabbit cookie cutter, and we're gonna make them rabbit shaped, but it's just really light. Feels like spring with the fresh cucumbers and all. Super fun. So I thought that would be a really fun one to do as an Easter appetizer. And while you're watching, I would really love to know, what is your favorite Easter recipe, whether it's an appetizer, main course, dessert, breakfast, brunch, whatever it is. I would love to know, what is your all-time favorite Easter recipe? I know growing up, my mom would make empty tomb rolls, I think they were called, which was super fun. It's basically a roll that you put a marshmallow in before you bake it, and then the marshmallow dissolves as it's baking, and so you bite into it and it's empty but sweet on the inside. So that's a super fun one. That one reminds me of my childhood Easter. We're gonna get started with this now, but I'm just gonna put, I have 8 ounces of sour cream here. I'm just gonna put that in my mixing bowl, and I'm gonna go ahead and beat this before I add anything else. I know sometimes the recipe says to go ahead and add other things. My mom taught me to beat cream cheese first to make it nice and creamy, so that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do now. Alright, then I'm going to go ahead and add 3 tablespoons of mayonnaise, and then we're going to add some herbs and spices. I wish I had fresh. I do not have any fresh herbs out yet. There's a bunch of onion grass popping up now, which smells like chives. Does anybody know, can you actually eat this stuff? That would have come in handy for this video. And I went to a local grocery store this morning, and they also did not have any, but I'm putting in some dried herbs instead. So I have some dill, some salt, pepper, garlic powder, and I think I put in basil, but you could also do parsley or chives. So I'm just gonna go ahead and mix that in. And this is what it looks like. It's just really a pretty basic spread. So I am going to go ahead and slice my cucumber, and then this is what we're gonna spread on our bread, and then obviously put the cucumber on it. So now I'm just gonna grab my bread slices, and of course you could use whatever bread you want. Normally I have sourdough on hand, and that's my preference, but any bread you choose, or if you're gluten-free or all those things, use whatever. I think it's really fascinating actually to get like kind of unhealthier recipes and make them at home healthier. I find so much joy out of that. You know what, if you have any, if you have any items either that you like to cook healthier or that you would like me to do a healthier twist on, I would love to do that. I just thought of that. That would be a really fun video idea. Anyway, I'm gonna finish spreading these, and then we'll be ready for the cucumber. You just take your cucumbers and arrange them on the bread and top the bread, and that's all there's to it until we cut it. cookie cutter and see how this goes. My cookie cutter is almost as big as the bread, but let's give it a try. Oh, that's so cute. Look at that. Aw. I'm gonna just put a little bit of lettuce down. So much of like cooking, I feel like, is in the presentation, and that's probably my favorite part. I love trying to make dishes just look, I don't know, just give them a little something extra when I serve them. So I'm gonna go ahead and arrange my little bunny rabbits in here. What's cooking when you can't taste test? That's good. Tastes like a tea party. So we have our tray now, and I want to see, I think I have some peppercorns. I think it would be cute to give them a little eye. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, I feel like these would be a hit for the little kids. Kind of for anybody. Hang on a minute, I'll show you. So these are our little bunny rabbits. How cute. This is dish number 1. Let's get to number 2. If the first recipe was a little too childish for you, this one might be a little bit more up your alley. It is a little bit more of a gourmet twist. It's a spiral vegetable tart. So I have my tart pan here, and then I did make my pie dough this morning so that I could chill a while. But you could, yeah, either make your own or even buy a pre-made pie crust and just bake that. So first we're gonna roll that out and bake the crust, and then we'll get to the goodies.
Everybody wanna sing, sing, sing. You're a winner when you sing, sing, sing. I've got a song, you hum along, and we have fun, fun, fun when we're moving to the beat. This kind of song makes you belong to something.
I'm gonna go ahead and bake this crust now for, I believe it's 15 minutes, and then we're gonna put the filling in here. While the crust bakes, we are gonna make our filling. So we're gonna put a little bit of it's like a cheese filling that goes directly on top of the crust. All we do is, I have a cup of shredded, this is cheddar cheese. You could use goat cheese, you could use shredded Parmesan cheese. I think any of those would be really good. I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and again, some seasoning. I have garlic powder, oregano, which the recipe actually called for thyme, and I realized I was out of it. So, and then a little bit of salt and pepper. So I'm just gonna put that on here. You could also do, I've seen a recipe that has the bottom be a pesto, and that would be really good as well. I'm just gonna stir this around quick, and then once the crust comes out, then we can just add this directly on top of the crust. On to the veggies, hang on. If you had a mandolin, that would definitely be ideal. I do not have one, so I'm gonna try it like this. All you wanna do is really thin slices.
Something that makes you wanna sing, and it gets you in a dancing flow, and moving gets so easy, feeling easy to me, and it makes you kicking out what's slow.
My crust is done, so I am gonna go ahead and spread my cheese onto here. And then we'll just take our veggies, and then I'm gonna just give them a quick dip in some, I have avocado oil. You could use olive oil or whatever you have on hand. So you just wanna try to make something that looks rolled up, and then you'll go from there and just wrap around it. So you can mix the colors or do one row for each color, or whatever you wanna do in yours.
And again and again and again and again and again and again, I want this flow. Oh baby. And again and again and again and again and again and again, I play it on.
So this is what it looks like now. And I'm gonna pop this in the oven for about 50 to 55 minutes. This is what it looks like. So pretty. Next recipe is one for when you're in a pinch. This one is Caprese Skewers, so with a bit of a twist. So if you have picky eaters, you might want to do lettuce instead of, I know a lot of them call for basil, but you could do lettuce or even spinach. I like basil in food, but I'm not actually a huge fan of it, just like a leaf of basil. I'm gonna cut these up and then we literally just stack them up, and you can get the cute little skewers, or I just actually have toothpicks here and it works just as good in my opinion. I am going to put a tomato on, and then I'm just gonna, in my opinion, the green is there just for looks. So I'm gonna curl it up a little like that, and then we'll just poke it in some cheese. And you might not wanna go all the way to the bottom so that they stand up, but that's all there's to it. And then I'm gonna sprinkle it with some balsamic glaze. And this is the Caprese Skewers. The next one is gonna be a big hit for the kiddos. And it's not the most healthy, but it's super fun for Easter, and it is Rice Krispie Squares with pastel. Here, I'll show you. It's these little sprinkles. They have baby chicks and baby ducks in them, and they're just pastel. So I'm gonna sprinkle those in there just for a fun little pop for Easter. The key to really good Rice Krispies is lots of marshmallows. Don't let them be dry. That totally ruins them if you ask me. So if you're gonna eat Rice Krispie Squares anyway, go the extra mile with enough marshmallows. I'm just gonna, I mean, who doesn't know how to make Rice Krispies? We're just gonna melt the butter, put in the marshmallows, and then I like to use a big pot so I can just stir it in here right away and save on dishes. The only thing that's different is we'll be sprinkling in some of these. Oh, and what I was gonna say is you can also put in the like pastel colored M&Ms, like the, what are they called, Easter M&Ms or whatever. That would also be really pretty in there, but this is what I found and this is what I'm gonna use. One more recipe after this, but while we wait for these marshmallows to melt, I wanted to show you, I really wanted to do chocolate covered strawberries in this video, and I found some on Pinterest that were so cute, and yes, they did have food coloring and probably weren't that great for you, but they were so cute. And y'all, for Easter, I mean, really, these are adorable. I love them so much. I might try to find these or to make these for actual Easter. I think that's just such a fun idea and just looks so springy and happy. So this is what these look like right now. I'm gonna let them cool and then we can cut them up. Finally back for my last recipe. So this is actually one of my favorite desserts. I love fruit pizza. So that's what we're making today. I did cheat a little and make my crust. It's still pretty hot though. I took it out of the oven. I'm gonna run out of time soon before it gets dark, but hopefully we can still put this together. I just use, basically it's a sugar cookie recipe, but I think some people also use like a croissant sugar cookie recipe. I don't know, but this is really easy to do. And then I also did make my glaze ahead. So I want to make the cream like base, which I'm actually going to do a Devonshire cream. So I have 4 ounces of cream cheese here. I'm going to blend that up and then I'm going to add some sour cream and powdered sugar. I think another pretty common base is cream cheese with Cool Whip or whipping cream, but this is what I'm using today, so I guess use whichever one suits your fancy. Well, I'm gonna have to wait till this is cooled a little bit more because at this point it would just melt everything else, but that's all for the Devonshire cream. I wish I had real vanilla extract. I'm picky with what vanilla extract I use, and I just need to get my hands on it again, but that would be really good in with the Devonshire cream. And then I just have a bunch of fruit, put some lemon juice on my bananas so that they wouldn't turn brown. Wish I had strawberries or raspberries, but this will be really good too. I just have some blueberries, bananas, kiwi, oranges, and pineapple. And then I went and picked some pansies outside. You have to be a little bit careful what flowers you use in food, but pansies are actually edible and just make it look so pretty. So hopefully in a couple minutes this will actually be cold enough to work with and we can assemble it and see what it looks like. Alright you guys, that wraps up our 5 Easter appetizers ideas. I hope that you gained some inspiration. If you end up making any of these, make sure to tag me on Instagram at this.golden.hour, and I can't wait to see your creations. Also, if you have any future video requests, I would love to hear them, so let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate you guys. I hope you have a lovely week, and especially Easter next week, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Bye guys.